The New York Giants head coaching search just took a major turn. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. This is Big Apple Sports. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you very much. Please just take a quick second, like and subscribe. Does me a huge solid. And then also, I always enjoy talking football with you guys, so please comment below any thoughts you may have on that Giants game. I assume there's going to be a lot of negative things we all have to say. I get that. I'm one. I always try to stay positive and find some, silver linings and things to take away. And even I don't have a whole lot of good things to say after last night's game. Probably the worst they've played this entire season. I think later this week I'll get into a place where I can start thinking like, okay, this guy did well, this went well, but I'm not there yet. Ugly game. But you guys let me know what you thought. But I think the big takeaway from this game is the future of the Giants head coaching search. A lot of people, myself included, so I'll own up to it. I think we were kind of looking at Mike Kafka as like, this offense has looked pretty good. A lot of the problems have been defensively. Jackson Dart has been playing really well. The potential of like having that continuity of Dart coming back into the same system sounds really intriguing. Maybe Mike Kafka really should be the guy to be head coach. But after last night's game, it's hard to feel like that is their best option. And it's not just like angry fans saying that. We got a lot of like the biggest Giants reporters out there feeling the same way. Dan Duggan tweeted before the game that there were 19 interim coaches between 2017 and 24, and only one of them was hired full-time, and he got fired after one season. And then he went on to say, so Kafka needs some big wins. He's got primetime game, huge chance tonight to make a statement. And then after the game, all he said was, feel pretty confident after this game that we can cross Kafka off the list. What a disaster during and after the game. And I think the really interesting part of that tweet is the after the game. Like, we all know it was a disaster during the game. But Kafka kind of went into his post-game presser and put even more questions out there than answers. As he's asked questions about Jackson Dart, he kind of supported that play on the sidelines where he was like, yeah, Dart's just trying to get extra yards. That's who he is. Did a nice job sliding a couple times for us and did everything we asked him to do. And I don't think that's what Giants fans want to hear right now. I think we are all in protect Jackson Dart from himself mode. I love that he wants to get first downs. And there were some really positive moments in the game where he still was Jackson Dart. He didn't slide, but he dove. He knew where the marker was, and he dove and got enough for the first, but also got out of harm's way. So I hope we see more than that, or more of that. But I think a lot of fans hearing Kafka, not reprimand him for taking that hit on the sidelines. He didn't need to chew him out, but I think a lot of fans would have loved to hear more of he's got to get out of bounds there. It didn't even get him a first down. The 2 extra yards is not worth our star guy taking a shot like that. Got to get out. But he almost more supported it. And then later on, he was asked about Abdul Carter and him getting suspended for the first drive again, and really didn't say a whole lot there. And I respect him keeping in things in-house, but it just feels like there's a lot of things happening in that locker room that aren't good right now. You have your star young player who has now been suspended for the first drive twice. He's not getting the sacks that you were hoping he would get. He actually played pretty well last night. Drake May did a good job of getting the ball out quickly, but there were a couple times that Abdul Carter really got close. He got home quickly, but Drake May just got it out so quickly he didn't come away with the sack. But regardless, there are things happening during practice that it feels like Mike Kafka doesn't quite have the control and respect of the locker room that you would like to see. And that was evident during his post-game conference. One other thing I had to share, what a terrible special teams. We've fired our D coordinator. We fired our head coach. I think special teams has to be at the top of the list. And you have the punt return for a touchdown, and a lot of massive returns the whole game. You got Younghoe Koo doing whatever on earth that was. I thought this was a funny tweet about it. I still am baffled by what happened there. You got the Gunnar Olszewski fumble. I can't really blame him for that. That was one of the worst hits I've ever seen. Hopefully he doesn't have too severe of a concussion and can recover quickly. But that was a nasty one. But regardless, I won't spend too much time bashing the special teams. I assume we'll have a new staff everywhere next year. But one thing I wanted to bring up, I don't know who watched the Steelers-Bills this weekend, but at the end of that game, you heard the Steelers crowd chanting, "Fire Mike Tomlin." And it looks like they're heading towards a losing season. He's never had one, so I mean he can always hang his hat on that. But they really haven't been relevant in a few years. And it's starting to look like there really could be a chance the Steelers move on for him. I think it would be incredibly foolish. But this is a team that feels like they should be winning Super Bowls, especially after bringing in Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. I don't think either of those two are that great of QBs anymore, but they're trying to bring in Super Bowl caliber quarterbacks to elevate this offense, and it's just not elevating. And I think at some point Mike Tomlin's going to have to answer to that. And if like I said, I don't think he'll get fired. I think it'd be incredibly foolish of the Steelers. But if he does, he is candidate number one. Throw the bag at him. Get him in New York. Because this is a guy who, no nonsense, he's going to have the respect of the locker room. His players are going to play for him. We're not going to have this Abdul Carter nonsense where he is getting suspended for the first drives 2 out of 3 games. He's somebody who would shut all that down and be an elite head coach. Would bring great culture here, would bring a winning pedigree, a great defense. Like, he is candidate number one if the Steelers are foolish and move on. So for the rest of the season, I'm rooting for more Steelers mess. I'm hoping the Fire Tomlin chants come out every single game, because he would be my top choice for the Giants. And then I'll give you one positive takeaway from the game and from this weekend in general is there are now only 4 teams who have 1 or 2 wins. And the Saints and the Titans still play each other. The Titans, I still believe, play the Browns as well. The Giants do play the Raiders, so it's kind of a control your own destiny kind of game. But the odds of the Giants getting the number 1 pick or a top 3 pick are very high. So hopefully we will get another blue chip player coming into New York. I wouldn't mind seeing, with all these quarterback needy teams, I wouldn't mind seeing a trade down where the Giants add future firsts and extra seconds and can really build an elite young unit on both sides of the ball. So I think that's the one positive takeaway you can have from this weekend is they continue to move up that draft board. So you guys let me know your thoughts on all of that, and then don't forget, just like and subscribe on the way out.